Hello all, welcome to Tuesday's Tales. Today, it was a clear choice. Today's story we have is The Wonky Donkey by Craig Smith. And we are so excited that you've come in to join us today. Now, if you get online, you'll probably find a lot of people reading this book. And they have cool accents. And it's pretty cool that they have those. I don't. I sound like this. So there we are. I sound real southern when I read it. And sometimes I'll get tongue-tied and say weird stuff. So there will be. It'll be fun. All right. So we'll be starting with this. And then we'll end with our Bible story, which is going to be David and Goliath today. All right. We begin with The Wonky Donkey, written by Craig Smith and published by Scholastic. Apparently also, there's a song. I just found out about it today. Thanks, Melissa, for letting me know about the song. So go look up the song. It'll probably be better than... And they might have an accent, too. I don't know. But here we go. The Wonky Donkey. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! And he only had 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a winky wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye, and he liked to listen to country music. He was a honky-tonky, winky wonky donkey. Yee-haw! Now I'm southern, so I can do that. That worked real good. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. And he was quite tall and slim. He was a lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelt really bad. He was a stinky-dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. Whew, that poor bird. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelt really bad. And that morning, he'd got up early and hadn't had any coffee. Whew, I know people like that. Not the smelly, tall, or the coffee people. I know people like that. He was a cranky, stinky-dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. Whew, he looks rough. He looks real rough. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelt really bad. That morning, he got up early and hadn't had any coffee. And he was always getting up to mischief. So, he was a hanky-panky, cranky, stinky-dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. Whew, he just got a lot of problems. At least the bird's okay. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelt really, really bad. That morning, he got up early and hadn't had any coffee. He was always getting up to mischief, but he was quite good looking. Oh yes, all the lady donkeys loved him. He was a spunky, hanky-panky, cranky, stinky-dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. He's got a lot going for him. He's styling. I was walking down the road, and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! The end. Well, that was anticlimactic. I mean, you'd think he could have met himself a lady donkey or something. Anything. But he just was living his best donkey life. Cool. And yes, please feel free to refer to YouTube for songs with accents and songs with songs and stuff. But yeah, that was fun. I can't believe I made it through it without getting bleh, bleh. All right, our Bible story for tonight was David and Goliath. And grown-ups, you can find this story in your grown-up Bibles in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17. All right. God's people had some scary enemies, but the Philistines were the scariest of them all. And now the Philistines had come to fight them. The Philistines had a secret weapon called Goliath. Goliath was a terrified soldier, and worst of all, a giant. A giant so strong and so tall and so scary that no one had ever been able to fight him and live to tell the tale. So there they were, the Philistines, standing on top of one hill, God's people standing on top of the other. Every day Goliath came out and shouted, "Send your best soldier to fight me. If he wins, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be our slaves." No one spoke. No one moved. Yo, he's scary. "Chickens," Goliath bellowed. "Your God can't save you. I'll rip your heads off and have you on toast." Whoa, that's extreme. His beady, greedy eyes glowered at them hungrily from under his horrible helmet. And if any minute he really might just gobble them up. And he laughed his terrible laugh. "Ha ha!" it boomed, echoing horribly around and around the dry, dry valley. Well, Goliath might as well have been a green, slimy monster with 3 heads, because God's people froze with fear. Their eyes glazed over and they turned deathly pale. They knew if someone didn't do something quick, if someone didn't save them, but God would do something. He would send someone to save them. Now, you remember that David was the youngest son of Jesse. Well, his brothers were soldiers in the army. One day, when David brought his brothers their lunches, he saw Goliath, and he saw how scared everyone was. "Don't be afraid," David said. "I'll fight him for you." "You're only a little shepherd boy," the king said, "and Goliath is a great soldier. How will you fight him?" "God will help me," David said. So the king gave David his royal armor to wear. But it was too heavy and too big, and David couldn't even walk. "I won't need this," David said. Instead, David picked out 5 smooth stones from the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took his slingshot and walked toward Goliath. Step, step, step. Ooh, I like you. Hold the book this way now. Okay. Goliath walked toward David. Thud, thud, thud. You? Goliath peered down at the small boy. I'm little, David shouted up to him, but God is great. Goliath laughed an even terribler laugh than usual. Ha 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 ha, it went. With just one swing of his giant sword, Goliath could finish the boy off. But David kept going. It isn't how strong you are or how many swords and spears you have that will save you. It is God who saves you. This is God's battle, and God always wins his battles. Preach on. Let's see. That's not in the book. David put a stone in his sling, swung it around, and let it go. And the little stone flew like a bullet through the air and struck Goliath. Thud! Right between the eyes. Goliath stopped laughing. He stumbled and staggered and crash! Fell dead. When Philistines saw Goliath was dead, they ran away. And when God's people saw them running away, they cheered. God had saved his people. David was a hero. Many years later, God would send his people another young hero to fight for them and to save them. But this hero would fight the greatest battle the world has ever known. Oh yeah, he's gone. Well, we appreciate you joining us this week for Tuesday's Tales. I loved reading that book. And per suggestion, I have a new book for this week. For next week, you have the choice of Pete. See how new it is? I didn't even take the sticker off. Pete the Cat's Groovy Bake Sale. Dude, Pete the Cat is goals. Look at that face. He's just like... So we have Pete the Cat's Groovy Bake Sale, or If You Give a Pig a Pancake. It's a big decision. It's going to be great. So we'll catch you online next Tuesday night at 7:30 for whichever one you pick. And our Bible story will be between the story of Noah or the story of one of Jesus' parables. We'll pick one. It's going to be great. We got to get some New Testament stories in too. Well, I am so glad that you hopped online with us today, and we hope to see you soon. Goodbye.